Hi, 4th and 5th grade friends. I am here with another First Chapter Friday. This week we're going to look at another series by James Ponti. Remember, he is coming to visit us on March 12th, the day before spring break, and we already looked at one of his series, the Framed series. So up next, we're going to look at The Dead City. I just got these books in. Here's book 1, book 2, and book 3, so I will be putting them out on the shelf this week for you to come try. And I'm actually going to read to you the prologue today instead of chapter 1 because that information is obviously helpful to knowing what's going on in the rest of the book. So it says, "You're probably wondering why there's a dead body in the bathroom. I hate zombies. I know that sounds prejudice. I'm sure some zombies are really nice to kittens and love their parents. But it's been my experience that most are not the kind of people you want sending you friend requests. Consider my current situation. Instead of eating pizza with my teammates as they celebrate my surprise victory at the St. Andrews Prep fencing tournament, I'm trapped in a locker room toilet stall with a dead body. It's not exactly the Saturday I had planned. I wasn't even supposed to compete in the tournament. Since most of the girls on the team are juniors and seniors, and I'm in 7th grade, I was just going to be an alternate. But Hannah Gilbert didn't show up, and I filled in for her at the last moment. 5 matches later, and my teammates were jumping up and down and pouring Gatorade on my head. And that was the first problem. I may not be the girliest girl, but I really didn't want to ride the subway with sticky orange hair. So I decided to clean up while everyone else headed down to the pizzeria to get a table and order a couple of large pies. I had just finished my shower when I heard zombie noises coming my way. I know, they hate to be called the Z word, but I hate being attacked in the bathroom, so I guess we're even. At first I thought it was one of my teammates playing a joke on me, but when I saw the reflection of the walking dead guy in the mirror, I realized it was life playing a joke on me. I mean, is it too much to ask for just a couple of hours of normal? To make matters worse, this zombie and I had something of a history. During an earlier encounter, I sort of chopped off his left hand. I won't go into details, but trust me when I say it was an I have to situation. Anyway, now he was looking to settle a grudge, and all my gear was in a bag on the other side of the locker room. Too bad, because moments like these were the reason I took up fencing in the first place. He looked at me with his cold, dead eyes and waved his stump in my face to remind me why he was in such a bad mood. All I had to protect myself was the towel I was wearing and my flat iron. Since I was not about to let Mr. Evil Dead see me naked, I went with the flat iron. My first move was to slash him across the face, which was a total waste of time. Yes, it burned a lot of flesh, but since zombies feel no pain, it didn't slow him down one bit. Plus, no way I was ever going to let that flat iron touch my hair again. So I was down $30 and still had a zombie problem. Next, he slammed me against the wall. That hurt unbelievably bad and turned my shoulder purple. A color I like in clothes, but not so much when it comes to skin tone. On the bright side, when I got back up, I was in the perfect position for my favorite fencing move. It combines a jump forward with a lunge, and it works like a charm. The flat iron punctured his rib cage and went deep into his chest. It got stuck when I tried to yank it out, so I just started flicking it open and shut inside his body. This distracted him long enough for me to grab him at the base of the skull and slam his head into the marble countertop. I don't know how much tuition runs at St. Andrews, but their bathrooms have some high-quality marble. He went from undead to just plain dead on the spot. All told, it took about 40 seconds, but that's the problem with killing zombies. It's like when my dad and I make spaghetti sauce together. The hard part's not so much the doing as it is the cleanup afterward. If this had been a public school locker room, there would have been some gray jumbo-sized garbage cans nearby, and I probably could have taken care of cleanup by myself. But apparently the girls of St. Andrews don't throw anything away, because all they had was a tiny wastebasket and some recycling bins. There were bins for paper, plastic, and glass, but none for rotting corpses. Go figure. That meant I had to drag the body into a stall, text my friends for help, and call my coach with an excuse about how I had to go straight home. Now I'm stuck here sitting on a toilet, my hair is a total mess, and after 2 bottles of hand sanitizer, I still feel like I've got dead guy all over me. And don't even get me started about how hungry I am. If you had told me any of this a few months ago, I probably would have said you needed to visit the school nurse. That's because before I was Molly Bigelow, super zombie Terminator, I was just an invisible girl in the back of the classroom who you'd probably never notice. I'm sure none of this makes any sense. I mean, it's still hard for me to understand, and I'm the one who just did it. So while I wait for help to arrive, I'll try and explain. I understand if you don't believe it, but trust me when I say that every word is true. It all started more than 100 years ago when an explosion killed 13 men digging one of New York's first subway tunnels. But my part didn't begin until one day last summer when I was hanging out at the morgue. So that's the prologue. Chapter 1 is called That Weird Bigelow Girl. So if you think you'd be interested in the Dead City, we have all 3 books, 1, 2, and 3, and they can be found in the fantasy section under PON. And have a wonderful, happy First Chapter Friday. Bye, friends.